Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Game Guy Color, followed up by some witty catchphrase, and welcome back to my Eve playthrough, but rather than playing the game, we're at my little menu showing you all the endings. And yes, I figured rather than just doing a video showing off the endings, I decided to do something a little more different than what some people do. But anyway, in this video I'll just be showing you all the annotations to all the different endings, and you can just click on them, which will take you to an ending on any of the ones you want to see. Now, when it comes down to getting the endings in Eve, there are three things you really gotta know about, though, like three invisible things that the game doesn't ever tell you about. There are three counters. The three counters include Gary's bond, which is just show you how connected you are to Gary, Mary's bond, which just shows you how connected you are to Mary, and the doom counter, which shows you whether or not Gary will live or not. Now these counters are all affected on what effects you do throughout the game Now, to explain the Gary bond counter, this basically just displays like how well of a relationship you've gained with Gary throughout the gallery. And in order to increase this, what you have to do is that you have to look at the poster that shows you the right hand trick in the maze room. Give Gary back his coat in the safe room though, where Gary just shielded you from all the cold in that room. So talk to Gary about 7 times though in the safe room though, just so you get to know him. Read the diary in that maze area where the mannequins chased you, where you had to press the buttons to escape. Just read the diary in there, and that'll increase your thing. Read the milk puzzle painting though about that though. You could choose any option you want, but as long as you look at that painting, that'll increase your relationship with Gary. Let's see, what other things are that? Oh, yes, don't let Gary kick the mannequin in the one room with the mirror though, because if he kicks it, that'll add a counter to something else though. But yes, don't make sure Gary does not kick the mannequin head. Another thing to do though is that when Gary comes across that doll that annoys him though when he's going alone, make sure he doesn't kick that either. And the last way to increase your affection though with Gary is that talk to Gary multiple amount of times when you're in the sunlight though in the sketchbook world. Just talk to him about 7 times so you get to know Gary even more. And with that said, those are a bunch of ways to increase your relationship with Gary. Now, with Mary's bond, which isn't as complicated or really that big as Gary's though, but Mary's bond though, what you have to do is you basically just agree with everything she says though, which includes like when you greet her, you ask her what her name is. When she asks you, hey, we'll be okay, while going on her own though, you agree with her there. And you also agree with her though when you look at the bunny picture. You say it's also cute along with her though. You basically just agree with everything she says. And another way to increase the bond though is that don't knock off all the mannequin heads though in the one room though with the gas. With the gas and the lady with her umbrella, just make sure you don't knock off all the mannequin heads. Just knock off the required one. And the last thing you need to do to increase her bond is just talk to her multiple amount of times after you see her go nuts on the mannequin though. Like you just whereas you see what she's doing, and when she's standing the mannequin, you walk out, and then you talk to her about it, say 6 times though, and then that ought to be enough. And that ought to be enough to basically just increase for another ending. And the last thing being the doom counter, or also known as the Gary doom counter though, is that this counter really has a huge effect though on most of the endings. It has like an effect on like 6 endings, but anyway, the doom counter is based off of what horrible things you do. One of the ways you increase it though is, for one, you look at the sinister painting though when you're playing hide and seek with that stick figure, and that sinister painting basically just being a picture of Eve. Another way of doing that though is by kicking the mannequin head as Gary. You let him kick the head. See the hanged Gary message though, and basically though the hanged Gary message, you just go to the room though where it asks you how many painting women there are in the gray area, and you just see the message and whatever else is in there. What else you do though is that you say you're not there when the lights go off in the purple room though with Gary, just to be like, oh, I'm not there though, which can lead to more bad stuff. Crap, what else was there to increase the doom counter? Oh yes, another way was to destroy all the mannequin heads in the brown room though when you're with Mary and Eve. Just destroy all the heads though. Kick the doll though when you're Gary though, when you have the options to move it away or kick it, make sure you kick it. And the last way to do it though is that this one actually adds 2 to your counter though, and the last way is to fail the doll room as Gary, where it asks you like to find out where the key is though, and if you fail the roll, it just adds 2 to your counter though. So anyway, those are the 3 counters you need to know though. They all have significant effects, and no one in the game actually tells you how much you have of this, so you just gotta judge it on your own basic on your basic judging skills. So anyway, I hope that's enough info for you, though. I hope you all guys enjoyed this little thing, though. I worked very hard on this, though. Literally, I spent over a week working on this, and just to let you know that all these endings basically include commentary from all the different endings, though. So, and if you guys don't want to see all the endings, but without my commentary, just make sure to let me know, though, and I'll be able to re-upload all the endings without my commentary. So I hope you guys enjoyed all the endings, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. See you on the endings.